Welcome to the installation video for the Easy Travel magnet harness with horizontal straps. We'll first go through what you get in the box, installation of the harness to the vehicle seating position, and fitment onto the occupant. This harness can be installed in two different ways, either putting it onto the occupant before entering into the vehicle seat, or fitting it onto the seat first and then fitting the occupant to the harness. So what you'll receive in the box is the harness fitted with the 3 magnet buttons and a magnet key to be able to undo the buttons and fit it onto the occupant. The difference between this and the vertical straps is how it attaches to the back of the seat. This harness instead has 2 straps which go around horizontally, so that it can be fitted around the seat horizontally instead of through the gap of the backrest and the squab. On some seating positions, the gap is not there, and the only way to install it is to go horizontally around it. That's why there's 2 different models of this harness. And now we're going to go through fitment of the harness to the vehicle seat. First, we'll undo the 2 horizontal straps on the back of the harness, like so. We'll then lie the harness face down flat onto the vehicle seating position. We'll get the 2 bottom straps first and wrap it around the side of the seat. One thing we want to make sure with the fitment is to ensure that the belt is always put underneath the seat belt so that we can still operate the belt after installation. Saves a bit of time and hassle with having to undo and redo again. So we'll feed this through from the side of the seat, grab the belt on the other side, and click the buckle together at the back. We'll now repeat the same process with the top horizontal straps, again feeding it underneath the seat belt and through the side of the seat. And lastly, we tighten the straps as tight as possible onto the vehicle seating position for then fitment of the occupant into the seating position. Now we're ready to fit the harness to the occupant. First step is to get the magnet key and remove the magnets from the harness. Once the magnets have been removed, we can now undo this strap from the front of the harness, lay it flat down the front of the seating position, and then open the magnet vest by undoing the Velcro from the 2 sides of the harness. We'll open the harness up, and then the occupant can now come and be fitted into the harness seating position. First, the 2 arms will be fed through the side of the vests. Once they're fed through and around the occupant, either themselves, they can put the harness on by clasping the 2 Velcro parts together, or the carer or support worker can fit that part to the occupant. Next, we'll fit the strap to the middle of the harness, which then secures the occupant completely into the harness seating position. And finally, we'll re-put the magnet buttons onto the clips of the harness. Now the occupant is ready to put the seatbelt onto the seating position to complete the installation of the harness and fitment to the occupant. So we'll grab the belt as per normal, fit around the occupant, pull firm, and now we're ready to be transported safely in the Easy Travel magnet harness. Now we'll do the removal of the harness off the occupant so they can now exit the vehicle. We do all the steps that we did prior in reverse. So first we'll undo the seatbelt from the occupant, bring it around the arm and back to the position that it came from. Next, we'll undo the magnet buttons from the front of the harness. The front strap can be pulled further forward, and the jacket can be undone, or vest can be undone, and the occupant can now exit the seating position of the vehicle. Now we'll show installation of the harness to the vehicle seating position with the harness fitted to the occupant before we fit it to the seating position. So first we'll put the harness onto the occupant. They'll feed their arms through the side of the vest. Sorry, no. The vest will be wrapped around the front of the body, being secured by the Velcro straps. Next, we'll get the crotch strap, pull it up between the legs, and then onto the harness fitting position. And finally, install the magnet buttons onto the clasps. The harness is now ready onto the occupant and for them to be fitted to the vehicle seating position. And now we can fit the harness and the occupant together to the vehicle seating position. So we'll grab the two straps that go horizontally around the vehicle seat, and as the occupant is coming closer towards the vehicle seat and sitting down, we'll feed the two straps through the side of the seat, making sure that it goes under the seat belt so we don't catch the seat belt and be able to still put it around the occupant. Then we'll grab the two straps from the other side of the occupant and be able to fit it around the back. Process is the same as per normal, so we'll get the bottom one first, bring it around, click them into place, and then tighten the belts as tight as possible to the vehicle seat back. And we'll then repeat the same process with the top belt. And now the seat belt can be fitted to the occupant as per normal by pulling the belt around the occupant and clasping it into the buckle. And now the occupant is again able to safely be transported in the vehicle seating position.